Well, we're going to be starting to talk about converting units, taking feet and changing it to inches, or taking quarts and changing it to gallons, that sort of thing. Kind of everyday kinds of things. And sometimes you really could go to common sense, but when it just doesn't really fit and you're not really sure what to do, then we're going to go back to the basic idea, your favorite. It's fractions. That's right, you can't get away from it. No matter what you do, when we're talking about these units, we're really just going to focus on fractions. And specifically, what fraction? We're going to be talking about our good friend Mr. 1, or Mr. Uno, Senor Uno for you Spanish speakers out there. Now, you have to keep in mind, Mr. 1, remember, as long as he wears the same thing on top as he does on the bottom, he is dressed, oh my, like he's supposed to be. That makes him Mr. 1. I mean, you can't call the guy Mr. 1 if he doesn't actually equal 1. That would be ridiculous. There he is. So if he wears a 5 on top and he wears a 5 on the bottom, 5 divided by 5 is in fact 1. So that works. That's Mr. 1. You could have negative 32 over negative 32, and that would still give you Mr. 1 because he's wearing the same thing on top as he is on the bottom. Let's talk variables, people. I mean, let's go. We love those algebraic variables. What if I put x over x? Whatever x is, it's going to be the same number for each of these, so x divided by x is Mr. 1. He's got the same, oh my gosh. There he goes, a little crazy, had a rough night. It's Mr. 1, same thing on the top as it is on the bottom. If I did, oh, I don't know, let's go nuts. I could put dogs over dogs. And guess what that would equal? Mr. 1. I mean, I could even do dogs in Spanish. Perro. Perro over perro. There you go. So you can't say you didn't learn anything today. A perro over another perro is 1. That's Mr. 1. Dog over dog. I could do, let's say, feet over feet. Feet over feet is going to be Mr. 1. Wow, I'm getting crazy with those. The moral of the story is, as long as you have the same thing on top, whether it's numbers, whether it's variables, whether it's words, as long as you have the same thing on top as you do on the bottom, that makes Mr. 1. Okay, now remember that. Now let's go back to simple idea. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Let's say we had a fraction. If we were multiplying two fractions, like 2/3, and I was going to multiply it by, let's say 3/4. What would that be? Okay, now you've got two options. You can either multiply first, then simplify, or we can simplify and then multiply later, multiply second. Either one will give us the same answer. Don't believe me? Watch me. I will prove it to you. Let's do the first one. Let's multiply first. Remember, you multiply straight across. So 2 times 3 is going to give me 6. On the bottom, 3 times 4 will give me 12. I divide by a nice little Mr. 1 of 6 over 6. There he is in all his glory. And we get 1 over 2. Let me erase this so you can see it. That is 1 over 2. This is the multiply and then simplify option. Now, if I do that the other way, remember, we already know the answer. It's 1/2. Boom. Now, in this case, I'm going to simplify first, then multiply. So let's take 2/3 times 3/4. Now, when you're multiplying fractions, as long as you have one number on the bottom and another one on the top, so one numerator and another denominator, doesn't matter if they're in the same fraction or different fractions, if they have a common factor, meaning a number that will divide into both, you can simplify them. So, for example, 3, there's a denominator 3, and looky here, there's a 3 in the numerator. What number goes into 3? And 3. I hope you just said 3, Mrs. Wrigler. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now look the other way. 2 and 4. What number can you divide 2 and 4 both by? And you said 2. Good answer. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now we're going to take these new numbers, these smaller, simpler numbers, and multiply them, and we get 1 over 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 2 is 2. And there we get 1/2. All right, now let's see if you can do it on your own. Let me give you a couple examples and try these out. Try these bad boys out. All right, let's try this first one together. I'll get you started. So first thing is, I want to simplify first. That's what I want you to do on all of these. Simplify first, then multiply. No calculators. Don't be all shady. Okay, let's look. Look at your numerator and denominator. Do 5 and 3 have any factors in common? And the answer is no. They're both prime numbers. That's no good. 9 and 10, they have nothing in common. So let's look diagonally. 5 and 10. What number will divide evenly into 5 and also 10? Say it. Good. 5. So let's divide 5 by 5, and we get 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Okay, those are done. 1 and 2 are very small numbers. All right, let's go to the other side, the other diagonal. 3 and 9. What number can divide into 3 and 9 evenly? The largest number is what we want. And what number is it? The answer is 3. Good. So let's divide 3 by 3, and we get, oops, not 3, 1. So I get 1 here. And what is 9 divided by 3? We get 3. Now when we multiply, 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. And then you say, hey, that's an improper fraction. So we say, how many times? This is just 3 divided by 2. So how many times will 2 go into 3? How many whole times? Yes, what did you say? 1? Oh, good answer. 1 whole time, because 2 times 1 is 2. Well, how many is left over then? What's your remainder? You should have a remainder of 1. And then we just put the denominator down below. So 2 is your denominator. So 3 halves is the same as 1 and 1/2. And there's your answer. Okay, so pause me, and I want you to copy down these next 3 problems and do them on your own. Simplify. Simplify first, then multiply like we just did, because that is the whole point. If you don't understand how to do that, this is going to be really hard, and it doesn't need to be that hard. Okay, pause me and do some calculating. All right, let's do a quick check. Number 2, you should have gotten 7/15. Number 3, you should have gotten 25/3, and then you change that to a mixed number because 3 goes into 25 8 whole times. 8 times 3 is 24, so that means you have 1 more to get to 25. So there's 1 left over out of 3. That's 8 1/3. And number 4 is 3/5. How'd you do? How'd you do? I hope you got 3 out of 3. If not, and you don't understand something, you better come ask me. All right, that's the basic idea. Now don't forget that, because we're going to start throwing some other things in there in the next go round. All right, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.